$6 billion in synergies. $6 billion, Maya. David Ellison is delusional if he thinks he can squeeze that much out of a Warner Brothers tie-up.
Oh, come on. He already found $2.5 billion from Skydance alone. The man knows how to cut.
Trimming fat is one thing. $6 billion is amputating limbs.
Maybe Paramount has extra limbs to lose. But before we grade David's butcher shop, we need to talk about Mondays quietly creeping up on GetLink. Ilisan Hub. The rundown.
So Uber buying Blacklane is just them admitting we all want to feel like executives.
Or it's them realizing the margins on UberX are terrible and they need that premium chauffeur cash.
Hey, I will absolutely pay extra for a driver who doesn't pitch me on a crypto startup.
Speaking of paying extra, Flex is dropping $1.1 billion for electrical power products.
Grid infrastructure is the new software. I keep saying it.
You do keep saying it, but they aren't wrong. AI needs power. Power needs infrastructure. It's a solid, boring deal. I love a boring deal.
You want boring? Let's talk payments. Repay Holdings is snapping up KUBRA for $372 million.
Which perfectly tracks with that PwC note from this morning. Financial services M&A is up 25%.
Payment providers are the absolute prettiest girls at the dance right now. We'll see so much consolidation there through 2026.
Okay, but the wildest number on the board today is over in Thailand. Arise Digital is taking a 24.95% stake in True Corporation for $3.2 billion.
Massive move. That's a huge vote of confidence in the regional telecom space. Arise is playing the long game.
Nate, come on. 24.95%? That isn't a vote of confidence. That's a masterclass in avoiding a mandatory takeover offer.
They are securing a strategic beachhead.
They are dodging the 25% regulatory trigger by 5 basis points. I guarantee the lawyers billed $1 million just to calculate that exact fraction.
Okay, fair. The structuring is entirely defensive, but it's still $3.2 billion. You don't spend that kind of money just to be a passive observer.
Speaking of not being passive, look at Mondays.
Oh, the creeping takeover. They just bumped their stake in GetLink to 9.5%, very quietly.
Just sitting there, inching up the cap table, waiting for regulatory green lights. It's like watching a very slow, very expensive horror movie.
The real horror movie is over in media.
You mean Paramount?
I mean Paramount screaming from the rooftops that a Warner Brothers Discovery tie-up will magically create $6 billion in savings by Q3?
$6 billion. With a B. I read the synergy projections this morning, and let me tell you, somebody is doing creative writing over there. The big one.
$2.5 billion in savings by December just from the Skydance merger.
Which is already a massive stretch.
Right, but David Ellison isn't stopping there. Now he's projecting a staggering $6 billion in synergies. If they can push this Warner Brothers Discovery tie-up across the finish line in Q3, $6 billion.
I read that press release 3 times. I kept looking for the missing page because the math is pure science fiction.
You just hate synergy targets.
I hate fake synergy targets. Where's $6 billion coming from? They claim it's all from consolidating tech stacks across Paramount Plus, BET Plus, and Pluto.
And Max, don't forget Max.
Right, sure. But you don't save $6 billion just by merging a few video players and firing some cloud engineers. That's a completely unreasonable chunk of their combined operating expense.
Look, put my old banker hat on for a second. They're running 4 separate marketing engines, 4 separate user acquisition funnels. You collapse those, you cut the massive cloud hosting bills, you slash middle management across 2 legacy empires. It adds up fast.
It adds up to maybe $2 billion, 3 if they're absolutely ruthless. $6 billion means they're quietly gutting the actual content budgets, which, by the way, is the only reason people actually open these apps.
Content is definitely getting slashed. That's the open secret of media M&A right now. They're building a fortress to survive the Netflix winter.
A fortress made entirely of spreadsheets.
Wall Street loves a good spreadsheet fortress. The market is going to eat this up.
Because no one reads the footnotes.
Exactly. A tech stack consolidation story sounds so clean. It sounds like reorganizing a closet.
A closet where thousands of people lose their jobs and we get 3 more spin-offs of Yellowstone instead of new shows.
Okay, fair point. But strategically, Ellison is playing a very aggressive game of musical chairs. If he closes WBD in the third quarter, he's sitting on the biggest traditional media conglomerate left standing.
Assuming the FTC doesn't pull the chair out from under him. They're definitely watching this.
Oh, they've got their magnifying glasses out for sure?
Speaking of regulators, can we talk about what Mondays is quietly doing over in Europe while everyone is distracted by Paramount?
The creeping takeover of GetLink. I love a good creeping takeover.
They just bumped their stake up to 9.5%. No flashy press releases. Just quietly buying shares and waiting for regulatory green lights.
It's so sneaky. A classic infrastructure play.
Which actually ties perfectly into this massive surge we're seeing in financial services Megadeals. PwC just put out a note saying deal values jumped 25%.
I saw that report. Between that and the Repay deal for KUBRA at $372 million, the bankers are finally earning their bonuses again. Voices. PwC just put out a note saying global M&A values in financial services surged 25%. They're calling it a push for tech-driven transformation, which is banker speak for panic buying software.
I read that note. I'm not buying the tech transformation narrative. Not one bit.
Oh, come on. Repay Holdings literally just inked a deal for KUBRA for $372 million. Payment providers are the hottest girl at the dance right now.
Okay. Yes, payments are consolidating. But the bulk of that 25% surge, it's domestic and regional banks swallowing each other just to survive the current rate environment. That's not tech transformation. That's 2 leaky boats tying themselves together.
Look, a leaky boat with a new mobile app is still an upgrade.
You really can't turn off the banker spin, can you?
Hey, I resemble that remark. But fine, you want to talk about ridiculous synergy projections instead of bank consolidation?
Always.
Paramount is suddenly talking up $6 billion in savings if this Warner Brothers Discovery tie-up actually happens. $6 billion.
I almost spit out my coffee when I saw that number. $6 billion. Show me the Excel cell where they found that. They're talking about consolidating tech stacks across Paramount Plus, BET Plus, and Pluto. You don't get to $6 billion just by firing middle managers and merging some cloud servers.
I've built those models, Maya. You just drag the synergy assumption cell to the right and hope nobody asks questions.
And Q3 is the finish line. The FTC is going to have an absolute field day with this.
Speaking of regulatory field days, we should probably talk about what's sitting on the approval desk for tomorrow. Spill the tea.
I just want to know who's doing the math over at Paramount. $6 billion in savings from a Warner Brothers Discovery tie-up.
It's a banker's dream number. You take 2 massive leaking ships, tie them together, and assume the ropes will keep the water out?
But look at the footnotes. They're claiming this comes from consolidating the tech stacks for Paramount Plus, BET Plus, and Pluto. You don't get $6 billion from firing a few redundant cloud engineers.
I actually buy the synergy narrative here. Think about it, Maya. Both of these companies are bleeding cash trying to outscale Netflix. If you merge the back-end streaming infrastructure, you kill off entire departments.
Entire departments don't cost $6 billion. David Ellison's already projecting $2.5 billion in cuts just from the Skydance deal. Now they want us to believe there's another $6 billion hiding in the couch cushions. It's pure corporate theater to keep the stock price breathing until Q3.
Okay, sure, the number's definitely inflated for the pitch deck. I'll give you that. But you have to admit the desperation is fascinating.
It's exhausting. I prefer what Mondays is doing with GetLink right now. Completely under the radar.
Oh, the creeping takeover. Classic move.
Exactly. No press conferences, no fake synergy numbers, just quietly bumping their stake up to 9.5% while they wait for regulators to clear the path.
See, that's the difference between media and infrastructure. Media executives want to be on the cover of Variety. Infrastructure guys just want to own the toll roads before anyone notices.
Which is exactly why I trust their math.
Fair enough. Speaking of regulators clearing paths, we've got a couple of quiet closes on the docket for tomorrow.
Right. Counts $72.2 million buyout of Oracle Group is finally hitting the wire.
Plus Organogram and Sanity Group. Shareholders officially said yes, so we just need the ink to dry. Let's see if anyone gets cold feet by morning. Tomorrow's radar.
Keep your eyes on the regulatory wires tomorrow morning. Count's $72.2 million buyout of Oracle Group is just sitting there waiting for final sign-off.
Which fits right into that PwC note. Financial services M&A is up 25%. Repay snatching up KUBRA for $372 million is exactly the payments consolidation wave they predicted.
I'm not buying the wave narrative. A 25% bump sounds huge, but look at the targets. It isn't strategic consolidation. It's legacy players panic buying tech platforms because their own internal systems are held together by duct tape.
Hey, duct tape works. But while you're refreshing the regulatory feeds, I'm watching Mondays. They just quietly bumped their stake in GetLink up to 9.5%.
Ah yes, the creeping takeover.
Sounds like a horror movie, but it's pure banker poetry. Just slowly buying up the block while everyone else is distracted by Paramount.
Someone has to read the fine print while you romanticize hostile takeovers. We'll see what the wires bring tomorrow.